Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations unto you, Akim. All right, this is your brother Yaikwab out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. And this lesson will be entitled The Modern Zebulun. And we're going to discuss who are the modern Zebulonites found in the Bible. Okay. Make sure I have do not disturb. Yep, we're good. We're going to discuss who the Zebulonites are according to prophecy. Essentially, we're going to go based upon the prophecy that Jacob gave in Genesis the 49th chapter of the circumstance of the particular, all of the tribes, essentially his sons, and what will befall them in the latter days, which we're in the midst of. But firstly, let's get the word Zebulun in the Hebrew. All right, Zebulun. All right, Zebulun. All right, as you can see here. All right, Zebulun. All right, it actually comes from the root word Zebulun. But point being, yeah, it can mean exalted, but it also mean dwelling. Let me go into it. But exalted. All right. Let's see here. Habitation. See, yeah, habitation means dwelling. All right. So, actually, let's go to that root word of that. I'm sorry, I was interested in seeing Zabal, to exalt, honor, dwell exactly. No, pardon me, possibly dwell exaltedly. All right, is ultimately their princes of the power, but all right, to inhabit. Yeah. So pardon me. So let's go back. With these lessons we teach ourselves. That's the thing about it. But all right. So anyway, the Zebulonites are the Guatemalans are essentially the Israelites that dwell in the South American isthmus. All right, which, okay, all right, is from Guatemala to Panama. All right. What is an isthmus, one might ask? It's a narrow strip of land with sea on either side. See, we're going to get a picture of it. A sea on either side forming a link between two larger areas of land, all right, which are North and South America. Okay, so let's get a picture of South America. Right. No, let me see. No. Let's get a picture of the isthmus. Goodness sake. Anyway, this will work. All right. So this landmass right here from Guatemala to Panama is the South American isthmus. All right. And these are Zebulonites. All right. The so-called Mexicans, they're Ishakarites. The Cumans, they are Manasserites. They descend from Manasseh. Haiti are the Levites. All right. The Dominican Republic are Simeonites. The Puerto Ricans are Ephraimites. Okay. and you have what I believe was that Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela, Guyana, Ecuador, Peru. Those are, Bolivia. Those are Asherites. And the Chileans and the Argentinians, those are Naphtalites. All right, they descend from Naphtali. These are different tribes of the nation of Israel. These are Northern Kingdom. When you go up to North America, you get into the Gadites, which you also have the goodness sake, you have the Gadites. Of course, you have the Judites of the Negroes that live in America, and you also have the Awaban, the Reubenites, which those similar Indians that are native to Alabama and Georgia and Florida, basically the southeast. A lot of those people in the southeast of America, they've been displaced, but originally those were the Reubenites. Because a lot of times people just say, "Oh, those are Gadites." No, they're not Gadites. That's Reubenites. A lot of those are Reubenites. Anyway. Let's see here. Because Reuben definitely gets overlooked. I'll just say that. I'm going to leave it at that. But, all right. Anyway, I just went on a tangent. Let's deal with Zebulun, all right, which are the Guatemalans to the Panamanians in the Isthmus region, all right? Okay, and you see the geography of where they're located. Now we're going to go to prophecy and prove that's who they are, all right? Verse 13, Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea. That's talking about the isthmus, because Zebulun is literally between two oceans, all right? The Pacific and the Atlantic. All right. And it says, let's see that term haven in the Hebrew, which is lachwap. I wanted to get that. Seashore, sea coast, shore. Look, their whole landmass is a seashore. From Guatemala to Panama. All right. And when you go into the ancient map of Zebulun and Israel, they were a landlocked tribe. They didn't dwell on lakes and they didn't dwell on the Mediterranean. All right. The Asherites dwelt on the Mediterranean. Okay. Zebulun was landlocked in 3,000 years ago. All right. So that's not talking about back then. That's talking about now. Guatemala to Panama, these are Zebulunites. These are Israelites. Costa Ricans. Look, Costa Rican, which Costa means rich. Pardon me. Costa means coast. Rica means rich. But what does it say they were going to be? In the haven, which means what? Seashore, coast, shore. Yeah, because the Costa Ricans are Zebulunites. It says, Zebulun should dwell in the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships. What do you think this is? Have you ever heard of something called the Panama Canal? All right. Do I have to go into the history of the Panama Canal and showing you that that's you know what? Fuck it. We're going to do it. Thought we weren't gonna do it? Yeah, we'll do it. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me see. On average, 36 to 38 ships. We're not talking about little small boats. We're talking about huge cargo ships. Transit the Panama Canal daily under normal operating conditions. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see how much trade. Panama Canal is the Panama Canal is a vital artery for global trade, facilitating approximately 5% of all worldwide commerce. That is a very large percentage of commerce to be in one canal. It says this 51-mile waterway connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. What does the prophecy say? What did the prophecy say? It says, shall be a haven of ships. That's the land of Zebulun. Now, the ancient Zebulun, were there a haven of ships? No. Let's go on the map of ancient Zebulun. Let's look at ancient Zebulun. Ancient Zebulun is landlocked. They're not a haven of ships. They're not on the Mediterranean. They don't even have any major riverways that's going through them. They have a small portion of a river that is a connector from the Jordan that's to the south of Zebulun terrain. But they're not a haven of ships. Not the ancient Zebulun landmass. It's talking about the Israelites from Guatemala and Panama now. These people are the descendants of the ancient Zebulonites. It says a haven for ships. It says, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Now, if you go to an ancient biblical map, Zidon, it will be like right up here. It'll be up north. It's up north of Asher's terrain. Let's see if we can get another map. It'll probably show Zidon. You see this? See way up there? No, Zebulun's right here. Zidon's way up here. So no, it's not talking about that. Let's go to the meaning of the term Zion. Not Zion. Zidon. Let's go to the meaning and get better edification for that. See if I... Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Zidon. Let's go into the Hebrew, which is Tazayadawan, which it'll tell you mean hunting, but it's really it really means to fishing, right? You see right here from Tazawad, from the root etymology, in the sense of catching fish. In the sense of catching fish. Fishery. Okay, what does the prophecy say? Zebulun, pardon me, a little excited. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. So we see that the ancient map of Zebulun border was not unto Zidon. What is that talking about? That's talking about his border shall be unto fish. He shall be essentially great fishing will be at his border. His borders will be for fishing. All right. Now, fishery. Now let's go to the billfish. All right, because when you go to the when you go into the Guatemala and you go into Panama and you go into that region, that is known for heavy fishing and sport fishing, and hunting is considered to be a sport as well. They have actual fish for marketplace. They have a large part of fishing for that, but also the sport of fishing is done heavily in that area. And one of the primary fishes, which that's actually an English word, that's old English, fishes. Anyway, one of the fishes, or you could say fish in the singular sense in this context, one of the fish that is well known for being harvested or fished out for, hunted for in that terrain or that aqua vicinity is the billfish. All right, which the billfish has multiple the swordfish, what is it called? The sailfish. That's known and that's sought for in that area. It says, let's go to the symbolism of the billfish. Billfish like marlin and sailfish, which sailfish is it's actually like a billfish. It's just like the same thing. It says are often symbolic of strength, perseverance, and the thrill of the chase in fishing. Thrill of the chase in fishing. What did the prophecy say? And his border shall be unto Zidon, which that Zidon is not talking about the physical Zidon city of the ancient world and by the Mediterranean. It's talking about sport fishing. All right. Hunting, which really is talking about fishing. To Zayad the one. Look. Catching fish. All right. Fishing. Where are they fishing? Do we have to go back to it? Right here. This is where they're fishing. This is where it's taking place. All right. Even the term, well, I'm not going to go. I'm going to leave it at that. It's, just keep it simple. But, yeah. So, these guys right here are the Zebulunites of the Bible. They are Israelites. Okay? These guys. All right, so with that, we're going to give our praises, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Shalom.